There you are, friends. Hi, Doc South here. I was just, I guess, sitting around the other day. I guess staring at my empty wallet. Well, I could say I keep my wallet on the thin side, so that I can slip through various tight corners in the dairy locker. But no, it's just there's generally not much money in that wallet. It's very rare that sucker's even got a buck or two in it. But the I keep it for all my important papers. Yeah, and plus if you slip on a slippery floor in the frozen food locker, well, at least you got a little cushioning for one cheek anyway. Right. And never been someone who basically has buckets of money on hand. It just yeah, just doesn't seem to. Money ain't my middle name. Let's put it that way. And it goes back a long way. I've been a pauper, even though I go out and I do. Back when I was a kid, I do chores, and I got an allowance. I think, see, back in the 50s, I think I knocked down. Well, let me think. It was 49 cents a week. My parents gave me 49 cents a week. Let me just see what that comes to. I got my calculator right here. Times 52. No, you didn't get a bonus. Well, that was $25.48 a year. A kid could live pretty good on that. 7 cents? 7 cents. I got 49 cents every Friday, right? And of course, that meant Saturday was the day to pull out all the stops. For 49 cents, you could get a nice propeller driven balsa wood airplane that would last at least 3 hours, before it got stuck in a tree or one of your friends got it with a rock, or you stepped on it or broke it trying to build it. Though I usually had spare parts. I was always pretty good at keeping the spare parts around, keeping them handy. But but 7 cents basically. Let's see, you could get two Portuguese rolls. Let's see, they were 2 cents each, so that left you 3 cents to buy candy. You could get at least for 3 cents at least 6 sticks of red licorice, or if they were having a sale, you could get six of those big long stick pretzels. Remember they used to be, yeah. Or you could buy a pickle. Yeah, they did have these really nice pickles in a barrel. Yeah, an open barrel. I said open barrel. No, they weren't hermetically sealed where you might get sick or something. I think any germ that fell into the pickling solution, was probably toast anyway. Then you just dig in with your hands and grab a pickle and, oh yeah, they had a little tweezers there, but gosh, that was no fun. You hear old man Esposito now screaming, "Hey, use that doggone tongue. What are you doing? Hey, that's 2 cents, kid. How many did you touch? You touch any more than that, I'm charging you for them." Okay, no, I just want one, sir. Okay, and get out of here. Oh, you want a Portuguese roll? Okay, that's 4 cents, kid. It was something like it. Things were different. Okay, and there was more where that came from. You could always do some chores. Yeah, you could always. You could canvass your street and see if anyone needed anything at the store. You'd ride your bike, get it for them. Oh yeah, maybe let's see. Maybe old lady Serrata, maybe she wanted another pack of old golds, so you go down to the store, get them for her. And no, they'd sell them to kids. Yeah. Oh, sure. Matches too. Sure, why not? And they they knew that you were getting them for Mrs. Serrata. Of course, I don't think they cared. If you were getting them for yourself, all right. Another 25 cents. Yeah, cigarettes for like 25 cents a pack, if I recall right. I think that was the high class ones with the filters. Yes. I think Lucky's were cheaper. Right. And then that's how it went. I don't think you could go into the liquor store and get them beer. I don't think they'd go for that. at the liquor store. That'd be tempting fate. Tempting fate. Yes. But we also, now to think about it, we also had a savings plan at school. Do you remember these? Now you'd have to be older than dirt like me to remember. But you got these little like folders. Yeah, there was a folder about the size of an envelope, if I recall right, and it was made on somewhat of a thicker stock of paper, and usually there was like the Minuteman on it, with his rifle at the ready, he's marching off to go get the British, or maybe there was a warplane flying through the sky, zapping a tank somewhere, and the or fields of golden grain. In fact, I think that was one especially where they'd say, grow your savings. And what it was you could they would sell these on a given day in school. You could buy them in school or maybe even the bank. No, I think you got them in school. And they were, I think they were stamps that cost either it was a quarter or 10 cents. It might have been 10 cents. And what you did was you'd on say Tuesday, you'd go in and you had maybe your folks gave you a quarter. Well, you'd buy or 30 cents and you get that equivalent in these like what looked like postage stamps. And then what you'd do is you'd paste them in this book. And when you got up to where you had enough stamps to equal $18.75, I know it was that much. $18.75. You could, I guess your parents could sign it, you could sign it, and you hand it in at the bank, and I believe they'd give you a U.S. savings bond. Right, a U.S. savings bond that when it finally matured, and this was the part that didn't quite sit well with us kids, when it matured in something like 7 or 8 years, it would be worth $25. Now, there were kids that I guess later grew up to be stockbrokers, or bankers that had, you'd see they'd have a whole, their dresser drawer where it should be all baseballs and baseball cards and baseball gloves and I don't know, darts and toy trucks and stuff and spare parts for your bicycle. No, they'd have it full of these pamphlets waiting to mature. And I remember the kids would say, "Yes, I'm 9 years old now, but when I'm 17 and a half, I can cash this one in and I'll have $25." And all I did was, hold on to this folder. And I remember thinking, boy, that don't sound like such a good deal. Gosh, why don't you? Gosh, just it don't make sense. That's only about $6. But I should have listened. I listened. I wonder if you saved those books. No, I guess the book, if you found one, say, under your some of your old comic books or your Playboys, in a back closet at your parents' house, I wonder if you took the 1875 and handed it to the stamps, would you get? No, I don't think the stamps had interest. The stamps were just for you to build up the 1870. I think you had to get the bond. But my God, I guess it would be worth quite a bit. I don't know. Whew. But after 50 years, it'd have to be up to about $75, right? Something. I'm going to have to do the math on that. Darn. I don't know how to do that on the calculator. But let's see. Well, I don't know if it went up 17. That's roughly, here, wait a minute. Don't mind me here a minute. Times, divide, minus 1875. Okay, so you made $6. So you made about 30% interest. So if you had 25, now that's after 7 years. So okay, if it's worth 1875 when you bought it, then it's worth plus, oh gosh, I can't do the math right now. I think it would be worth about $100. I guess that ain't so bad if you had a fistful of them. gosh. Well, anyway, I remember on the rescue squad I was with down in North Carolina, we had to go look for. Well, they thought they saw someone jump into a river, and it was going to end it all. And so we went down. We had to drag the river to see if we could find the person's body. Turns out it was they found they evidently got a license plate or something of whoever jumped out of the car, and evidently drinking was involved, and the guy got into a fight with whoever he was riding with, and they dropped him off. And then he, for some reason, decided to jump in the river. But he came out and they said he was chasing them down the street trying to get back in the car. So, it turned out no one had died. Okay. Just a drunken brawl on the highway. Someone could have died. But we were dragging the river, and all of a sudden we catch something, and that's not always a good feeling when you're dragging for bodies. Oh, I got something. Oh, crud! And we pull up the rakes and poles that you use, and it was a satchel. It was a satchel, and we said, "My God, look at this!" And it's heavy. We lift it onto the boat, the flat bottom boat, open it up, and it's all banknotes from the 1920s. Yeah, they were shares of stock for various companies, and come to find out, we took the police got it and said we were entitled to it if it was worth anything, but they took it to the bank, and the bank said, oh no, when these were stolen, we took them out of circulation. They're nice, and they're soaked, but they are valueless. Except you could probably, once they dried out, you could probably sell them as collector items if you were careful how you did it, how you dried them. And there you go. So, and they said, yeah, compound interest, that's the magic thing. But all those quarters, God, I remember, it used to kill me, have to give the teacher a quarter to get a stupid stamp. And then somewhere, just as you're almost done with the darn thing, you'd lose it. Yeah. Somehow something would happen. I don't know. Couldn't find it. So, oh yeah, old Moneybag South here. Anyway, I thought I'd just share that. Do you remember those books? You'd have to be. I don't think they do it nowadays. I don't think they do. But back in the I would say the early 50s to late 50s, in at least in grade school, yeah, we did that quite a bit. It's quite the thing. And as I think back, the kids that really dug it did rather well for themselves financially in years to come. Yeah, their senior years, I'm sure, are just fine. Okay. Well, anyway, I'll see you later, friends. Thank you, and at least save a little if you can. I'll see you later. Bye now.